For anyone who has been involved with caregiving, you will also know that for many years I have been promoting through the county's caregiver blog the MedWell program and their telephone and other virtual supports. They are an incredible organisation, non-profit, who take the time to bring together quality speakers to assist carers and their community to do the best. So let's have a look to see what is on offer this month. So this is their main part of their website. It is very simple to navigate. Down the bottom, we have 4 tabs. We're going to look at caregiver support. And you scroll down, and what you will see are a number of incredible videos that really help carers understand what they're doing, that they aren't alone, that they can call for assistance, and then coaching if need be. Carers may benefit from reaching out and getting support from someone. The piece that I like sharing is Caregiver Teleconnection. We'll go back to that in a moment. A couple of things about stress. I'd have to say that many carers have this assumption that it is their job to give and give and give, even if they are in pain and their health is suffering. I'm here today to remind you that if you as a carer become stressed and unwell, it's going to be very hard to provide your loved one with the support that you know they need. So over the next period of time, I'm going to be sharing with you even more information about how, as a carer, you can stay healthy. So let's go up and look at Caregiver Teleconnection. Every month, they have programs that are available very simply, that you can dial in or use your computer to gain information about how to be a cool, calm and collected caregiver. So in a few days, on March the 25th, these times I'm just going to say are not East Coast times. Once we click into these, you'll actually be reminded of that. But I encourage you to definitely keep that in mind. These are not East Coast times. So coping with the coronavirus outbreak while caregiving. Let's click on that and just see how you would register and the information that they have. So we know for many of us, you are going to be a carer quite possibly with other responsibilities. Not everyone is going to normally be at home. So I'm just going to stop this here and remind people what I said earlier. The time that's listed is Central Coast time. So we are on Eastern Coast time. So I'm going to encourage you every time you see these times to translate that into East Coast time. And an easy way to remember that is add 1 hour. So this workshop will take place 11 to 12 noon on the 25th of March. So let's have a look at what the program is going to be. Coping with the coronavirus outbreak while caregiving. Some pretty simple and straightforward subjects they're going to be talking about. Feeling out of control and that things are not understandable is something we're all feeling. So they're going to be talking about that and really discussing how not to let fear take over. You know, one of the things I recommend is do not watch too much television news. How to cope quarantining in your home and how to prepare. There are a number of ways that you can do this effectively, and they're going to be discussing that on both the medical and the practical model. Managing your stress and staying healthy. This video series is all focused on that. Engage at Home is the county's caregiver support program's way of helping you discover new ways of being connected and staying healthy, and also staying positive. For many of us, we have lived through some ups and downs times in life, and for those that are in the latter part of their years, have probably seen a lot more turbulence in life than younger folk. So remember that there is going to be a conclusion of this situation. It is funded by the MedWell Charitable Foundation. And all you'd have to do is click on register. You would add your name, last name, your email address, telephone, and the state where you live. And you click on that, and then that will get you registered. And on the date and time, you can just log in. Many of these are just done by the telephone. Some of them also include a web-based component. So let's have a look to see. Excuse that interruption. So the next day, on March the 25th, the WellMed Foundation is going to be presenting another 1-hour program called A Presentation on Grief. Not all of these classes or workshops are going to be focused around COVID. The first one I mentioned was, these sessions are offered throughout the year. So you will be able to enjoy many amazing sessions. So this one happens on March the 26th. Once again, we're going to translate this into East Coast time, 1 hour forward, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Sadly, we experience loss, and that loss can happen when we don't expect it, or it can be something that we knew was coming. And so this workshop is a way of helping people really be able to connect with some of that sadness, but also some of the ways of really moving into the grief, but then also knowing how to continue with life. You register the same way you did with the previous session. Just add your information here, you click register, and then you will be sent an email. And I should have said that with the first one. You will be sent an email that gives you all of the details for this session, where to call, and if it is going to be offered also as a web-based program, how to log into that. So back to March. On March the 27th, there is going to be a program that is available in Spanish. I'm going to translate this into English. The effects of caring for people and how to effectively cope with the challenges. These programs are all designed for family caregivers, and this program specifically is going to be provided for our Spanish speakers. And as you can see, if you are an English speaker, that it is focused very much on how to care for the caregiver. It's going to take place on March the 27th at 10 to 11 p.m. Central Time, so that is 12 noon to 1 p.m. By viewing this, I gather this is going to be offered exclusively in Spanish rather than in English and Spanish. So let's go back and have a final look at some of the other programs that are available through the WellMed. So, just in case you missed the March the 25th program, they're going to also be offering the same program on April the 1st. It's listed Central Coast Time at 10 a.m, so that will be 11 a.m. here on the East Coast. You may not be interested or not available to listen to any of these programs as they happen live, but the good thing is that the WellMed Foundation also has all of these programs available in their library. All you have to do is click at the bottom of the page and you will be able to see a whole range of these sessions that happened at previous times. So it's very easy to find previous events. You just go to the tab at the bottom of the page, and that will take you to events where you can search. You can put keywords if there's something that particularly you would like to see if they've done a show on, or you could put dates from a particular period. All of these are audio recordings, and they allow you to listen to about a 1 hour show that has a host and a guest. So let's have a quick jump into this one, Dementia Dialogues, Tips and Tricks to Reduce Caregiver Stress. And it's really just been recorded a couple of days ago. So you just double click on the word, the title. Here it gives you a little bit of information. And I should remind everyone, this is all completely free. You just go to the WellMed Charitable Foundation website, which I didn't show at the beginning, I'll do at the end. And I'll also include it as a link on the video and the blog. Here is the show, and I'll just click this to start.
Good morning and welcome to the Caregiver Teleconnection. My name is Glenda Rogers and I'm going to be your facilitator for today's call. Today we have a really good session and it's certainly time appropriate. We're going to be talking with Tam Cummings in one of her series of the Dementia Dialogue, and she's going to be talking about tips and tricks to reduce caregiver stress. Let me tell you just a brief introduction about Tam. Dr. Tam Cummings is a gerontologist. She provides private consultation and education services to families, extensive education courses for nurses, social workers, administrators, activity directors, and marketers, presents keynote addresses and breakout sessions on dementia or the aging process for national, state, or regional conferences, and individualized programming for dementia and memory care communities. Our session today is being sponsored by Vitas Healthcare, so we're very thankful to them for doing that for each and every one of you and for us. So Tam, you want to go ahead and get started?
Absolutely, Linda. So first of all, we might, what I need everybody to do is if you are at a place where you can move over to a kitchen sink and on your way to the kitchen sink, stop at the freezer and pick up one piece of ice. So the first thing that we're going to do is going to drastically bring down your stress levels before we even get started today. So everybody who can, please move to your kitchen, to a sink, because the ice is going to melt. And on your way to the sink, stop, reach in the freezer, and grab a piece of ice. So, Glenda, have you had time to go do all that stuff yet in your office?
I'm hooked up to my computer, and so no, I have not been able to do that. I've
Okay,
got some right here.
Okay, so what I want everybody to do is to take the ice and put it in one hand. I want you to close your hand around the ice. I want you to shut your eyes, and I want you to breathe only through your nose. Then I just want you to shut your eyes, hold the ice, and breathe through your nose. And you should begin to feel yourself dramatically getting calmer. The ice is starting to melt now. The ice should be starting to burn in your hand, but also be really, really cold in your hand. Keep your eyes shut and just continue to breathe. And when you feel that you have calmed down, open your eyes and drop the ice into the sink. And then come back to where we're meeting, wherever that is in your house.
I've chosen a selection that really helps to demonstrate some of the way that you can relax. And this is a deep guided relaxation.
This technique is a technique that's used This is a progressive muscle relaxation technique, and you can either start at the head and go to the feet, or you can start at the feet and come up to the head. We're going to start today with the head. And Glenda, I'm going to send you a handout afterwards with a list of these different things that we talked about, just so everybody's got something to refer back to. Okay. In progressive muscle relaxation, the way that I use this is I use it because I have insomnia. And because of travel, I'm in a strange room, a strange bed. It's not my bed, it's not my pillow, it's not my sheets, you know, all of the stuff that makes home home. It's none of those things. And I just can't get to sleep. And so I start progressive muscle relaxation. And what this does is your muscle cells are elongated cells. They're not little short round cells, they're long oval cells. And as we move through the body, as I walk you through this today, we're going to clench and then unclench different areas of the body. And in doing that, when we clench and hold, it will cause those muscles to be fully elongated. And by the technique that we're going to use, it will force blood out of that muscle tissue. Then when you relax, blood will flood back into that muscle tissue, and it will give you the feeling of relaxation. And ultimately, as we move up through the body, we're going to go through the areas of the body, and there are areas of the body that collect stress during the day. That's just part of their function. And by the end, they're relaxed, and you can now go to bed.
So you can see that all of this is very easy to access, and we're going to finish off just looking back at WellMed Foundation. Would you believe, they're a non-profit that's based in Texas. But one of the things that's so terrific in our internet age is that they make resources that are available to everyone, freely available on their website. To go to their website, it's wellmedcharitablefoundation.org. Very simple, very straightforward. They also have podcasts. We'll just quickly pop in and look at those. Podcasts are very popular, and they produce these on a weekly basis live in Texas, and then put their shows, recorded shows, up here on their website. So they've got shows that were done back in January. Really interesting one here about the caregiving experiences of Justin Sandra Day O'Connor. I think that would interest many people. Through to some recent shows in February on public planning and care benefits, something very important for all of us. This is a time when all of us are going to have the opportunity to reach out, gain more resources, gain more support. And even though it is going to be a little bit of social isolation at the moment, what is possible is through telephone connection, looking at websites, gaining resources by looking at videos, participating in online chats. WellMed also has an online chat program. Each of our Engage at Home episodes will be devoted to a new way that you as a caregiver can stay connected, stay healthy, and survive. So thank you very much for joining us, and I look forward to seeing you for our next show. All the best and be well.